topic today is HACCP concept or Hazard Analysis Critical Point. HACCP or Hazard Analysis Critical Control Point concept. This is a preventative strategy that is standardized, and formalized to control all factors affecting the safety and quality of food. HACCP is a main concern with the manufacturing food that is safe to eat but can be applied the aesthetic and commercial aspect of quality as well. This system is based on the assumption that safety and quality hazard exist at various points from capture or harvest to consumption. So, ang ASAP is strategy nga makasave sa mga food like mga kanang bitaw sa pag-process. Then, one of the main elements of the hazard system. First is the identification of potential hazard. Sunod, determination of critical point control point or CCPs. Sunod, establishment of criteria, target level, and tolerances for each CCP. Establishment of monitoring system for each CCP. Establishment of corrective action when CCP is not under control. Then, establishment of procedure for verification. Then, last is documentation and record keeping. So, i-discuss na nila saan. Sige, sunod.
Ako na? Okay. So, identification of potential hazards. All possible food safety and non-safety hazards that are likely to occur in the processing operation and the risk related to those hazards are analyzed. Following the steps outlined below identifies the critical control points. So, step 1. Describe the product. The product must be described based on the raw materials, ingredients, additives, structures, and physical characteristics. So, kailangan nimo i-describe ang product kay para makahibaw ta o naaba ni siya kanang dalang nga hazard. So, the method and the extent of processing, packaging method and the material condition for storage and distribution, shelf life requirement, instruction for use, and the particular microbiological or chemical criteria. So, ani nga kanang step is kailangan nimo i-describe gikan sa pag-process, giun sa ang pag-package ani, ang material nga gigamit ani, ang pag-store ani og ang shelf life para maka-identify ta og unsa nga hazard ang makuha na ni potential ay kuan ba biological or physical, mga ingana chemical. Then step 2, state the intended use for the product. So kailangan nimo kani nga step diri na to kailangan nga kanang ato ang iingon og asa ni siya magamit nga product. So the target consumer and how they will prepare or use the product must be determined. So step 3, develop a flow diagram. All particular steps in the manufacturing process from the time the raw material are received until the end product reaches the market are charted. So maggama mo og diagram gikan sa kanang raw materials are received until sa the market are charted. Then step 4, confirm the flow diagram and all recorded details. The flow diagram must be prepared based on accurate and actual activities in the facility. So step 5, identify hazards and establish critical control points for every step involved in making the product. In each step of the production, the same question must be asked. Is there a hazard? If there is a hazard at a particular stage, determine if it can be controlled. It can be controlled, it is declared as a CCP. So, number 2 is determination of critical control point. So, critical points in the process are identified at which a failure of same type could make food unsafe if proper control is not applied. So CCP is a point or step or procedure at which control can be applied and a food safety hazard can be prevented, eliminated, or reduced to an acceptable level. So kaning is kabaw naman jud mo ani kay nakakuha naman tag HACCP way back then. So kasabot na jud mo unsa ng critical control point. So number 3 is establishment of criteria, target levels and tolerances for each CCP. So the maximum and minimum limit for every critical point or acts. So employees are provided with an indicator if the product fall to meet criteria required to ensure that the food will safe. Sunod.
Sunod.
Muna sunod Introduction Introduction?
Pinoy.
Sustain mo dahil?
Just
Bubuan naman ako sa Stinoy.
that. Diba yun, ano? Just it.
Kinsa na? Oo na?
Ikaw na doon. Sige lang rin.
Maklaro ko deh.
Putol-putol.
Putol-putol? Hindi, siguro yun. Sugod ako.
Okay na ako na.
Establishment of monitoring system for each CSP. Monitoring procedures are set up to keep track of how all squared tasks are performed at each critical control points of monitoring must be simple, give us fast result, be able to identify deviation from specificities or criteria, and provide this information in time for corrective action to be taken. Next. Next ha.
Wala
Establishment of corrective action when CCP is not under control. A plan is put in place to ensure that corrective action is taken. So, karang plan ko no, put into in place para ma-sure nga correct ang action taken immediately whenever the monitoring procedures show that there's a problem that any CCP. Sa kanito. Was taken before the vision leads to safety hazard. Corrective action involves the following activities. Number 6, establishment of procedures for verification. Verification and review procedures are set up to ensure that the system of monitoring is working effectively. Ano ang verification kuno? Review procedures kanang set up og tarong para may buwan nga ang monitoring nga buwan is kanang migana og sakto. Random sampling and analysis can be used to gather additional information in checking whether HACCP system is working. Next. Documentation and record keeping establishment. Pre. An effective system of keeping records is established to document how every aspect of the system is working. So kani ang effective system ko no is kanang i-keep do nila ang record para establish. I-document nila para makakuha ng system is working. This is done to satisfy regulators, importers, others, thus showing that the plant is being operated or QMP, Quality Management Program Principles. Moto, sunod. Mga na, pre.
Okay na. So, introduction of the HACCP system. The principle of HACCP are all very logical, clear, and direct. But practical applications, many problems are to arise in the large food improper, then to adapt a logical and stepwise order for introduction of the system. So, kanang HACCP system, in conducting HACCP system, we need to follow the steps para dili siya makuha. We talk about commitment, strong commitment of the top level management in introducing the system. The most talk about the formation of HACCP on the materials. The most important is member of the HACCP and the microbiologist and processing specialist. Then sunod, initiation of the program. Once the HACCP team has been formed, the terms of reference of the members must be clearly defined, agreed to by the group. Process analysis. Analysis of the data must ensure that all the information regarding product and process has been collected. So sa process analysis, magama sila og kanang mag-collect sila ng mga data. Then control procedure. Every CCP must be passes a clear and defined control procedure which species for the CCP will be controlled. Monitoring procedure. Monitoring and recording of data are key elements of the systems. All action, observation, and measurements must be included in the records for possible of use afterwards. So before and after, mag-record sila para may bawaan nila what ba. Training of the staff. Training of the staff occurs when the HACCP study is finished and the programs instead of implementation. So in HACCP, napod sila kanang mga training of staff para dili nila kanang direct bitaw patrabaho kay kuan. So ani na to sa application of the HACCP system in the fish processing industry. Ultimate use of the HACCP concept in fish processing for every process and for every plant. In all cases, a definite study process flow is essential in order to identify the hazards in the CCPS. So mollusks. Mollusks are very high-risk food. They are eaten raw or very light cooked since they grow and harvested and swallowed near shore. Stormy waters which may be contaminated with sewage, direct pathogens, as well as those that are occurring in the overall environment. Freeze and frozen scan and the manufacturers of aquatic products. The majority of the hazards can be controlled in a routine quality assurance program using very simple equipment and methods. So, ari na ta sa dried product. When we talk about dried product, kaning is kuha ni siya kanang usually have a very high salt. Siya ka ng ganun ugasid kay buwan. Dahil gini, product, fermented product, it is a one state preparation of fermented item result of poor quality product. Marinated product is also a kanang kuan siya. It is a productions of marinated products become a hazard depending on the fishing area and season. Magdepende sa lugar, sa panahon. And smoke product. Smoke product is kanang kuan siya not be reheated before consumption. Properly prepared smoke product may be contaminated with pathogens, particularly Clostridium botulinum types E spores. Ano na to sa main products? Product are usually heated before consumption. However, several hazards are present during the preparation of the product. And the last is canned fish. Mangsog bitaw gilata. And then it is marketed at bed temperature and generally stored for months, even years under this condition. Mana? Isa sunod.
ISO 9000 International Standards Organization. This is quality management system which fulfills the requirements of internationally accepted standards to meet the agreed requirements of the customer. The system was developed in response to the challenges of increasing market globalization. It emphasized that the quality of companies' products is the key factor in the performance of the company. Nadaan. An. Table 33, the ISO 9000 series. ISO standard. ISO 9000, a field of application, selection of the appropriate ISO 9000 standard. ISO 9001, the quality system requirements for product development, production, delivery, and after-sales function. ISO 9002, quality system requirements for production and delivery. ISO 9003, quality system requirements for final inspection and test. ISO 9004, guidelines for ISO 9000 quality system elements. Kaya dito na
So sa
Waste injection. Waste injection is a vital part of any quality assurance in the industry of and official regulatory procedures which are intended to protect the customer from unfit food and to facilitate and regulate trade. Inspection involves the use of all methods and procedures available in effectively measuring the adequacy and value of the quality control measures. The main aim of waste inspection is to reduce post-harvest losses and better utilization of fishery resources. Next one is a grades and standards. It's a domestic in the Philippines inspection and application of quality control assurance and aquatic products are the responsibilities of the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources or BIPAR of the Department of Agriculture and the Bureau of Food and Drugs of the Department of Health. Next in sa freeze and frozen products, there are two national standard for freeze and frozen products which have been published by the Philippine Bureau of Standards. These standards are advisory in nature and serve as a guide to, to users and distributors and consumer in determining the quality levels of this product. The standards are the PTS 31 1969 standardization of freeze chilled and frozen fish. PTS 31 with 3 and 1970s standard decision is live, freeze and chilled and frozen shrimp. Kanina walay, kanang sunod like
Processed product. For processed product, there are only a very limited number of national standards. Kaning national standard is kanang mauni sila ang mo kanang develop mo implement or mo promote sa atong product nga gikan diri sa Pilipinas to other nga countries such as those for bagoong and patis and for the Philippine national grade karaginan. Foreign importing countries. Ang usa man ang Philippines nga naga-export sa laing naso, diba? So kanang the Philippines export miscellaneous aquatic products to major markets of the world such as mga shrimp, mga mollusk, mga crabs, mga crustacean to Japan and the USA or fresh, frozen, and canned tuna to Europe. Consumers, particularly those from the European Union, require high-quality product at affordable prices. Next, palihog. United States of America, there are two separate authorities which are responsible for fish inspection in the United States. These are state official control over seafood safety and consumer protection is through the Departments of Health or Agriculture in most states. Federal, the Food and Drug Administration (FDA) of the Department of Health and Human Services and the National Marine Fisheries Service of the Department of Commerce are the main federal bodies responsible for quality assurance and official inspection of aquatic product. Next, palihog. Kaning uban nga kuan aning European Union, mga Japan is mao ni ang kadtong mga kasagaran nga ato ang gina-exportan sa atong product bitaw din sa di pa nila madawat ang atong product is naa ay ang ila dyan unang buhatan is kanang inspeksyon na ng mga product na to nga kanang maabot dito kay for safety rapid sa mga tao nga mo consume bitaw anang ato ang product. The UAE single market came into effect on January 1, 1993. Two council directives based on the HACCP system have been harmonized on certain aspects of the control of fish quality. Japan, the Food Inspection Services of the Health Bureau of the 46 prefectural governments are responsible for the mandatory inspection of chilled and frozen fish harvested domestically or landed at Japanese port from fishing vessels. Maura to.